Double binds are often thought of as a no-win situation between two contradictory choices. However, often the choices are only a distraction to hide the real goal of a double bind. This video explores how narcissists use double binds to manipulate you, leave you feeling helpless, destroy your confidence, and make you feel trapped. What is a double bind? A classic double bind is where two conflicting commands, pieces of information, or messages are given to you. But it can be two choices that have the same outcome, or two choices that both will result in a loss or considerable disadvantage for you. The situation needs to be constructed in such a way that the person does not realize the contradiction in choices or messages, or feels they have no option but to choose between what is presented to them. Double binds can be short or long double binds, which are terms I use to help explain them. Short double binds. Either choices or messages are given at the same time or shortly after each other, the person needs to choose on the spot. For instance, you come home late and your partner accuses you of having an affair. You deny the allegations and they respond by claiming that you are lying. You deny the allegations again and they respond with, "If you lie to me one more time, you will regret it. Admit you are having an affair." Here you are pushed to either admit you are having an affair or be accused of lying, both of which will result in punishment for you. If you try to point out the contradiction or walk away, the narcissist claims only a cheater would not answer and takes it as an admission of guilt. This traps you in a no-win situation. This form, that I call a short double bind, is a favorite of overt narcissists as it is mostly focused on action and creates intense emotions in you and often leads to conflict. Its primary aim is to give them an excuse to abuse, but can also be to avoid accountability. Although there may be repercussions afterward, such as you fearing coming home late again, most of the effect of a double bind is in the moment. Thus, the double bind is mostly resolved when you make a choice. Long double binds. Either choices or messages are given some time apart. You may only need to take action in the distant future. This will make you dread facing that situation in the future and needing to make a choice. For instance, the narcissist tells you to help them stop drinking so that they can stop abusing you. A day later, you find them opening a beer bottle and you remind them to not drink. They scold you that it is only one beer and that you don't want them to be happy. 2 days later, you find them opening a beer again and you say nothing. Again, they scold you, but this time claim you don't want to support them to stop drinking and thus you must like to be abused. Even though the situation is over, the double bind is not. It is indefinite. You will constantly fear coming across a narcissist opening a beer bottle because either way you act, you fear being scolded. Although long double binds are used by all narcissists, it is a primary way covert narcissists break you down over time. For if done with backhanded compliments or put down remarks disguised as jokes, it is hard to spot, easy to defend or deny, while always being in the back of your mind where it slowly erodes your beliefs and confidence away. They may say after a party, "Wow, you were so pushy and flirty. Everyone talked about you." Then after a follow-up party, they may say, "Wow, you were so stuck up and negative. Everyone talked about you." Every party you attend in the future, you may worry if you are too loud and flirty or if you are too stuck up and negative. Long double binds are designed to slowly break you down over time and make you feel powerless, hopeless, as if you do nothing right and that you are a massive failure. Why double binds are so effective? Humans are unique in that if we are offered only two possibilities, we automatically stop looking for other options and assume those are the only two options or choices available to us. This is even more effective if you are tired or in a negative emotional state, such as angry, sad, or depressed. Short double binds put you under such emotional stress that you eventually choose the option you think will get you out of a situation, even if there are dire consequences. If the stress is enough, most people will confess to anything. This is why innocent people confess to crimes under duress, and why there are laws against obtaining confessions this way. The long double bind is even more sinister. You are trying to predict a future response from the narcissist by seeking a pattern in their actions, which is mostly impossible because the narcissist is often not consistent in their responses to the same actions of yours. We are pattern-seeking beings, and inconsistency or randomness drives us nuts. This is partly why we get addicted to gambling and narcissists. Let me explain. A study was done on mice and humans where there were two buttons. One button would give a reward 80% of the time and punishment 20% of the time. The other button was the reverse. If the buttons followed this pattern consistently, both mice and humans quickly figured out the pattern and only pressed the 80% reward button, knowing after the two punishments they had 8 rewards coming. But if the rewards and punishments were given at random, but still over time evened out to be 80% and 20%, things changed for the humans. The mice still realized the pattern and stuck to the high reward button, but humans kept trying the low reward button in hopes of trying to see the pattern. This dropped their success to around 68%. In other studies, it was found that dopamine, which is our reward drug, was released not when there was a win, but when the button was pressed and before the results. Thus, the reward is the anticipation of success. However, if success was expected, dopamine release was not that high. When success was random, dopamine release levels shot up. Thus, we get addicted to the uncertainty of success. This is why you get a dopamine kick every time you scroll on Facebook hoping to find something cool. And even if you do not, you do it again. Because when you do find something cool, the high is so high, it is intoxicating. This is what happens when the narcissist rewards you with a praise, a smile, a hug, even though they abused you for 2 weeks straight. The dopamine hit you get from that one high and the anticipation you have each time you do something and think, maybe this time I will make the narcissist happy, is so strong that it keeps victims going back to the narcissist even when they are treated badly. And that dopamine hit is so specific to the narcissist that even if someone else does the same or more for you, it does not have the same effect on you. This is partly while scrolling on a different platform does not give the same effect as your favorite one. An example with a narcissist could be, say when you wear pants that tell you 80% of the time you look nice and 20% of the time you look ugly. And when you wear a dress that you look ugly 80% of the time and good 20% of the time. If they were consistent, you would mostly just start wearing pants. But as a narcissist at random tells you that you look nice or ugly, depending on how they feel regardless of what you wear, it messes up the patterns. This will cause most people to jump between choices, trying to find out what makes a narcissist happy, pants or a dress, while they feel frustrated and helpless for not getting the response they think they should get. When they happen to get it right, they have an immense high. The additional consequences is that the narcissist may pick up your distress and become even more inconsistent, which will confuse and frustrate you even more. The interesting thing is, if you stuck with a strategy of a mouse and just took the highest reward option, wearing pants all the time, the narcissist often thinks they do not affect what you wear and gives up the game as it is boring. This is one strategy for dealing with a narcissist double binds. Just stick to one option. They one day say the food is too salty and the next it is not salty enough, even though you made it the same. Just ignore them and keep making it the same way. See the video suggested to you now to discover 5 things never to share with a narcissist and why.